Hello, good morning. How are we? Are you doing okay? So here we are, 1st of December. Ridiculous. And yes, so here we are doing our online Pilates. And we're going to do a 30-minute flow. So I really hope you enjoy, get involved, do the levels that are good for you. So there'll always be options. You can do progressions, you can do modifications, and we're going to do 30 minutes here. So it's going to be really yummy, it's really going to be sumptuous, it's going to warm up through your joints, it's going to warm through your spine, your pelvis. It's just going to feel really wonderful, really. So, shall we begin? Here we go with our Flowing Pilates 30 minutes. Let's start by taking a deep breath in. Exhale, open the chest. And again, deep breath in. Exhale, open the chest. So we've just started by mobilising through the shoulders, waking up the chest, lift all the way up, big stretch at the top, and open. Now as we reach up, we're aiming not to arch out through the back, but just to keep the pelvis looking forward. That's what we call neutral spine. Now let's bring the hands to the pelvis. So index and middle finger on the front of the pelvis, hands wrap around, bend the knees, and let's rock the pelvis forward and back. We don't want the knees toppling in towards each other, we want them independent of each other. They have an impact on the way the pelvis moves, so the pelvis needs to move well, and it needs to be able to support the legs needs to be able to support the pelvis. So it all flows, all works in, all interconnects with each other. So we just want to make sure we're not relying on other limbs, other extremities to get that structure and that foundational strength. Wrap the hands around, let's circle through the pelvis one way and circle the other. Now think about your spine here. Do you feel any tight spots? Do you feel any areas that are maybe not wanting to move? Is it the same going one way as it is the other? How does that feel? All right, one more each way. I love this, it feels really good through the pelvis. Lengthen out through the legs. Let's bring the pelvis into our neutral. So all 3 points of the pelvis look forward. Deep breath, lift. Exhale, settle the shoulders down. Lift up through the chest. So we're nice, we're open and proud through the chest. Lift your gaze so you're looking just above your horizon. This is going to encourage the chest to open and the shoulders to sit back and not come forward rounded. Come into lateral flexion. So whilst we're in lateral flexion, again, we don't want to be hunching over, we don't want to roll through the traps. We want to be in an optimal position. So for now, we're in our lateral flexion. Feel that all the way through the lateral line. If you want a little bit more, reach the arm up and over. Are we feeling any tight spots? Do you notice that maybe when you lean over, you reach? A heel wants to lift, a foot wants to lift. All right, a couple more here. Let's come into rotation. A little bit of mind work going on here. So as one arm floats forward, the other floats back, we rotate towards the back arm. Again, maintaining that neutral pelvis, all 3 points facing forward as opposed to dipping, coming into a posterior or anterior tilt. One more. Back to pelvic rocks. And how do they feel this time? Do they feel like you can get a little bit more out of it? A little bit more movement? Now bring the hands to the bottom of the ribs and again circle through the spine, through the lumbar. And one more. Lengthen out, pelvis into neutral, take a breath in. Exhale into our neutral stance, our proud stance, into lateral flexion. Do you want a little bit more? Reach over the head. Ooh, hopefully you're getting a little bit more out of it, a little bit more reach. Now into our rotations. Can you rotate a little further? One more. Inhale, lift. Little back extension. The pelvis stays in neutral. We look up to the ceiling so we feel the extension in the thoracic part of the spine. Upright the torso, circle the arms down, drop the head around the shoulders and roll down. Allow the arms to dangle and bend the knees if you need to. Feel that in your hamstrings again. Don't let the knees turn inwards. If the knees turn in, that's where the arches of the feet can dip in, the talus can drop. So that will contribute to dropped arches, and obviously we're not aligned in the knees. And then obviously the pelvis can be impacted. Alright, bend the knees, roll up. So it's all about maintaining good form. Inhale, lift. Little back bend. Upright the torso, circle down. Drop the head around the shoulders. Roll down. Allow the arms to dangle. Your nose tracks your midline. And then roll up. One more time. All the way up. Lift. Little back extension. Upright the torso. Circle down. Drop the head around the shoulders. So come to the back of the mat if you're not already there. We're going to walk forward into down dog and have 8 pedal pushes. Doesn't that feel good on the feet? Big exhale, drive down. Walk the hands in, roll back up. Take a breath, reach all the way up into a little back extension. Circle down, drop the head around the shoulders, let's go again. Your nose follows your middle line. Walk forward into down dog. Have a pedal push here 8 times, so alternate the heel digs. This is great for the soles of the feet, the calves, Achilles, hamstrings. Walk it back in and roll up. Fantastic. Reach all the way up again. Little back bend. One more time. Circle down, drop the head around the shoulders and roll down. Feet are still underneath the hips, aren't they? Of course they are. Here we go. Great stuff. Walk it back in, all the way back up. You can stay at the back of the mat, take a breath in. Don't worry, you don't need to move anywhere. Easy squat, so the big toes down, heels down. Now abduct. Both arms lift. Single squat. Both arms lift for the abduction. Do that again. All the way down, all the way up. So think about each move. So we think about getting the pelvis into neutral, pulling up through the pelvic floor, getting that lower abdominal connection, maintaining that as we're up here into the abduction. Because we're going to add a little bit more of a balance challenge. So abduct, bring the knee up, then bring it back down. Squat again. So we abduct, bring the knee up, hold your balance, then bring it back down. So we're working on range of movement in the squat. We're working on glutes, pelvic stability, pelvic floor, abdominals, shoulders, and we're working on our proprioception, so our body awareness. So we don't need to look at where the limbs are as we are performing this exercise, performing these sequences. Right, so we're going to add again. Option, you don't have to add, entirely up to you. So we abduct, bring the leg up, cross the ankle onto the opposite knee, single leg squat, and then down again. So we abduct, bring the knee up, ankle onto opposite knee, figure 4 squat, then return to standing, squat again. We're nearly done with the standing element of this anyway. So again, it's up to you what version you do, which modifications you use. Oh, abduct first, then the knee up. And take your time with it, so we don't want to be rushing through. We sink down into the squat. We pull up through the pelvic floor, lower abdominal brace. That's going to help with the abduction and our balance. Same again, maintain that pelvic floor, maintain the lower abdominals, sink down, and then go again. Lovely. Feels good, right? You get that nice glute stretch as well. All right, one more time each side. Hopefully we're getting a little bit deeper each time we squat. And each time we do the figure 4, getting a little bit more confident, she says, in our balance. Yep. Wonderful. All right, just throw the arms. Fantastic. And come to the back of the mat. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, bring it down. Drop the head around the shoulders and roll down. Hang low for a moment. Just feel that stretch in your hamstrings, your glutes, and then walk forward into down dog. Hold your down dog this time. Really think about your position in your down dog. Elongate your neck away from your shoulders. Look between your feet. Drive your sit bones high up to the ceiling. Your palms of your hands are like suction cups on the floor. Spread the fingers for weight distribution, but we're not gripping the floor with the fingers. Tuck the chin, arch out through the back, and roll through into 4-point kneeling. Arch out through the back again, and sit back into child's pose. Now, child's pose is yours. You can have your knees together or apart. It depends what's suitable for you. Have a moment and then come back up onto all fours. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. So we're not looking to arch out through the spine, overload the legs. We want to be driving shoulders forward, hands underneath the shoulders. So it feels like we're pushing the shoulders past the hands, but we're actually not. Knees underneath the hips. So let's go opposite arm to leg. Elbow meets knee underneath the torso. Re-lengthen, then come back down. Eye gaze, you're looking at the floor about 2 feet in front of your hands. Now as we lift, we want the whole of the glute to activate. Now if we end up out turning the leg, we're working more into the lateral aspect and we're shortening a bit too much. We actually want to work the whole glute. So when we're lengthened here, you want to feel it in towards your sit bone as well. So how are we doing so far? Balance feel good? So let's add in. So we do one each side, opposite arm to leg. Tuck the toes, come up into down dog. Have 2 down dog presses, so you can in-turn the hands a little bit, so the index fingers point inwards. Then come back down onto all fours, ready to go again. Opposite arm to leg. Elbow meets knee underneath the torso. Realign as we lengthen. So we're in neutral as we lengthen. Then we do arch out through the back. We flex to help with the abdominal contraction. Then lift. 2 down dog presses. And then go again. So if you're happy with this, you stick with this. If you'd like to progress, you come with me on the next one. Elbow meets knee, extend and down. Tuck your toes, come up into down dog, 2 down dog presses. You turn the feet back just a touch and push forward into plank. Hold 3, 2, 1. Then bring the knees back down into 4-point kneeling. Let's go again. Opposite arm to leg. Bring it in. Extend and down. Other side. Tuck the toes. 2 down dog presses. Now option, you go back to 4-point kneeling here, or you push forward into plank and hold. 3, 2, 1, then bring the knees back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Opposite arm to leg, elbow meets knee. So again, how much of a distance can you create between the tips of the fingers and the tips of the toes? Now here, elongate your neck, drop your head away from your shoulders. Bend the elbows, press into the heels of your hands. Now continue to press into the heels of the hands as we push forward into plank. Keep the belly braced, pelvic floor pull. 3, 2, 1. Down we go. One more time through. Once we're finished, we go into child's pose. Let the toes come up. 2 down dog presses. Push forward into plank. Last time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, arch out through the back and sit back into child's pose. Well done. All right, reach the arms forward, draw the head along the mat, pass the hands onto your front, and then roll over onto your left side. Extend out through the legs, a little bit more glute work here. So we're going to do 2 abductions. Hand on the floor by the sternum. The bottom leg stays exactly where it is, it stays still. Top leg, it doesn't drop or lift. It stays level with the pelvis as we kick forward and then bring it back. Do that again. 2 abductions and then a single leg kick. So we need to engage that bottom leg as well. Because if we don't engage the bottom leg, that's going to start moving around. Pelvic floor pull, lower abdominal brace, of course. We've got all that going on. So keep going. Right, we've got 3 more here. Can you do it without taking a break? Can you do it keeping your legs straight, both of them? Starting to feel that burn. That little burn there where the lactic acid is starting to build because we're starting to fatigue. One more time. And kick. Oh, that was short and fiery. Bring the legs in, little rub, little pass of that top leg. Bring the right arm over and open and close the door. Option here, I personally like this one. Just so long as your head and neck are either supported and they're not lifting up while we're doing this. We want to be relaxed. So you can cradle your head or reach the arm over the head where it was. So open, close the door. Not here for too much longer, just to ease off that right hip. Lovely. All right, one more. Fantastic. Lengthen out the body, take a full body stretch. Pull the knees into the chest, roll up into seated. And then we'll get over to the other side. Smoothly does it, as smoothly as we can. So exactly the same as what we did on that side. Right arm is extended, relax the head down, both legs are lifted, pelvis, knees, ankles are stacked, bottom leg is lifted off the floor. So we're going for 2 abductions and a single leg kick. So again, that bottom leg needs to be switched on. Fantastic. Now that pelvic floor pull and the lower abdominal brace is going to give you so much support. It's going to give you more support than bringing your elbow out here. Keep the elbow tight in and the shoulder away from you. It's going to help get the abdominals kicking a lot more. Pressing the heel of the hand into the floor, that gives you more traction. It gives the abdominals something more to apply itself to. So 3 more times here, we don't rush. Oh, starting to feel this now. Because obviously we've not had a break, we've just continued on. 1 more time. Oh, that was a good burn to finish. So feel that in your hip, and then same again, into open closed door. Take your time with it. No need to rush, we enjoy it. And you be in whichever position is suitable for you. Alright, just a couple more. And last one. Close the door. And then roll over onto your back. Take a full body stretch. Pull your knees into your chest. Have a little rock and roll. Ease off through your back. Alright, let's get things more, let's hit up the core a little bit more, because that's what we do, isn't it? It's what we do in Pilates. We love the core work. So, let's have a little shuffle of the pelvis to make sure we are even. So what happens is sometimes we can develop a hip hitch, where one side of the pelvis and the rib cage, the muscles are tighter one side, so it hitches the pelvis up. So we want to make sure we are not hip hitching, get the pelvis level, the rib cage level, and then a few pelvic rocks to get us into neutral position. Again, pull up through the pelvic floor, lower abdominal bracing, get all that going on, good stuff. And then bring the legs up into tabletop. So the knees are above the hips, shins are parallel to the ceiling, arms up to the ceiling. One arm, one leg, opposite arm to leg, just like we did in 4-point kneeling. Now we really want the deep abdominals to be working here, as opposed to the rectus abdominis. So we want to get deep in here. So imagine you're blowing out birthday cake candles, and you blow all the way to the end. And you'll feel the pelvic floor, you'll feel those lower abdominals kicking in. Alright, so we're going to have a little add-in. So we do one each side, opposite arm to leg. Arms go wide, palms to ceiling, legs can come together, and we drop the legs side to side without touching the floor. Exhale to lift, drop the other side, exhale to lift, back to the centre. Knees are apart, feet are apart, arms up, opposite arm to leg. Just do it twice. Arms go wide, drop the legs side to side. Shoulders, let's keep them in contact with the ground. And exhale to lift, fantastic, let's go again. Your next level, instead of keeping the knee bent, you can extend the leg. That puts more force through the abdominals, so it actually intensifies the exercise. Which actually is a really good thing if we are looking to enhance our fitness, our strength. So if you can do this with good form, please give it a go. Let's go again. Let's slow it down a little bit more. Slow. Really feel what's happening in the abdominals and now in the obliques. Big brace through the abdominals to lift. Alright, let's do that 2 more times through. We slow it right down. Again, slow. Arms wide and drop side to side. Wonderful, one more time. slow it down. Slow. And you'll notice so much more of what your core is doing and how hard it has to work. Fantastic. Take a full body stretch. Relax your abdominals. Stretch through the fingers. Bring the legs in, soles of the feet together, open up your hips, and just relax through your glutes, your abdominals, your inner thighs. You can place your hands on your belly. Take a deep breath in. Slow breath out. Take your arms wide, close the legs, and drop your legs over to the right. Turn your head left. Relax them down as much as you can. Ease off your shoulders. Take a few deep breaths. Take hold of that tension and allow it to dissipate. Go back to the centre, drop the legs over to the left, turn your head right, and same again. Take a deep breath. Feel that tension, take hold of it with your breath, and as you exhale, allow it to dissipate, allow it to ease off. Deep breath, and ease off. Back to the centre one more time. Again, soles of the feet together, open up at the knees, open up the hips, and just allow that stretch to happen. Don't fight against it, ease into it, enjoy it. Now you can close your eyes, take a deep breath in, slow breath out. And just allow yourself to feel, to be in the present. Allow your body to absorb what it's just done. Allow the recovery process to start. Allow the exercises to embed into your limbic system. Take a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. Allow those exercises to swim around in your mind, committing them to memory, knowing you can do them the next time, and the next time, and we can progress a little further each time. Allow the strength to start building. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, pelvic floor pull, lower abdominal brace, close the knees. Pull your right knee into your chest, wrap your hand around it. Feel that stretch in your lower back. Don't fight against it. Allow the pelvis to shift, but keep that knee close to you. Place that right ankle on the left knee, press the right knee away, and if you'd like a little bit more, pull the left foot off the floor, take hold of the left knee. You don't have to do this if it's causing you discomfort or you're straining. Drop the left foot to the floor, and the right foot to the floor. Left knee comes into your chest, take hold of the knee. Again, feel that lengthening out through your back. Enjoy that back stretch. Just allow it to happen. Again, don't fight it. And then place that left ankle on top of the right knee. Press the left knee away. Or if you'd like to, you can pull the right leg off the floor, take hold of behind the right knee and enhance your stretch that way. Enjoy that movement, enjoy that stretch. Drop the right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor. Take a full body stretch, wiggle the fingers and the toes as you do. Then pull the knees in, roll up to seated. Partial cross with the feet, reach up and over. Then come onto all fours, arch out through the spine and dip. One more, arch out through the spine, tuck the toes, and then come straight up into down dog. Really drive into it, feel that stretching. And just think back to that first one you did of this session and how it feels compared to now. We walk the hands in towards the feet and hang low. Legs are symmetrical, feet underneath the hips. And then as we roll up through the spine, restacking each vertebra one at a time. Bend your knees if you need to make the legs symmetrical. Allow the arms to dangle as you come up. Pelvis into neutral. Lower abdominal brace, pelvic floor pull. Inhale, lift it to the top. Open the chest and twist. Step into the center, take a breath. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. And one more time, hold at the top. And open up your heart. Palms to front. And very importantly, give yourself a little round of applause. Thank you very much for joining me for that session. I do hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment, tell me how you did, tell me how you got on and how you feel afterwards. You have a beautiful day. Take care. I'll see you for the next one.